The Enfield poltergeist was a claim of supernatural activity at 284 Green Street, a council house in Brimsdown, Enfield. So this happened between 1977 and 1979, and it involved two sisters aged between 11 and 13. So a member of the society called Maurice Gross and a writer, Guy Lyon Playfair, believed the haunting to be genuine, while others such as Anita Gregory and John Beloff were unconvinced and found evidence the girls had faked the incidents. Members of the Committee of Spectacle Inquiry, including stage magicians such as Milbourne Christopher and Joan Nichol, criticised paranormal investigators for being credulous whilst also identifying features of the case. So the story attracted press coverage in the British newspapers. It's been mentioned in books, featured in television documentaries, and dramatised in a 2016 horror film. In August 1977, single parent Peggy Hodgson called the police to her rented home in Enfield, claiming she had witnessed furniture moving and that two of her four children said that the knocking sounds were heard on the walls. The children included Margaret, who was 13, and Janet, she was 11. A police constable said that she saw a chair wobble and slide, but she couldn't determine the cause of the movement. Over a period of 18 months, more than 30 people, including the neighbours, psychic researchers and journalists, said they variously saw heavy furniture moving on its own. Many also heard and recorded knocking noises and a gruff voice. The story was covered in the Daily Mirror until reports came to an end in 1979. So Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair reported curious whistling and barking noises coming from Janet's general direction, although Playfair maintained the haunting was genuine and wrote in his later book This House is Haunted, a true story of a poltergeist in 1980, that an entity was to blame for the Enfield disturbances. He often doubted the children's veracity and wondered if they were playing tricks and exaggerating. Still, Gross and Playfair believed that even though some of the alleged poltergeist activity was faked by the girls, other incidents were genuine. Other paranormal investigators who studied the case included the American demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens visited the Enfield house in 1978 and were convinced that the event had a supernatural explanation. Janet was detected in trickery. A video camera in the room next door caught her bending spoons and attempting to bend an iron bar. According to Playfair, one of Janet's voices she called Bill displayed a habit of suddenly changing the topic. This is also a habit Janet also had. When Janet and Margaret admitted pranking to journalists, Gross and Playfair compelled the girls to retract their confession. They were mocked by other researchers for being easily duped.